What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Married to Reality. It's a very special edition of the podcast. Hide your sons, lower your speakers. Fortunately, Teresa and I are here with probably the only two people we'd feel comfortable doing this with. It's Maddie and Poodle, a.k.a. the Reality Gays.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I mean, I feel complimented and also ashamed.
Part of me thinks that you're right. On our first part one of this, I said I was ashamed of being a human because this was come up with by humans. But I think you're right.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you, guys. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah.
Yes.
You're welcome.
And
Welcome anytime.
Oh, yeah. If you're just jumping in, listen to part one on our feed or you're going to be completely confused.
and I should say, I should take this time to apologize because I think it was my suggestion to
It
do
was.
this.
It was.
So I apologize.
Because honestly, we actually said, oh, we're going to have to watch this whole show and we're going to have to do this whole show because the concept we thought. But then we remember we learned from a show called Labor of Love that we did on ABC years ago about a woman trying to get pregnant and dating. And it was terrible, but we committed to it. So we had to do the whole thing. So now
explain Labor of Love. Very Labor of Love.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
meet Christy.
Meet Christy. She's a career woman from Chicago. She doesn't know if she's going to ever have children, but she wants a baby. So she's going to meet the father of her baby on a dating show.
It was like Bachelorette, but trying to meet the father of the baby. And they all had to
Come
the whole thing
sperminate
was,
me.
They had to
That
do
was the first
challenges.
title.
The first episode, the men had to all go into a trailer and ejaculate into a cup. So they didn't know this was happening. This surprised them. They had to go beat off in a cup to see if their swimmers worked.
This was on ABC.
This was on
Fox.
ABC. Oh, Fox.
Oh, that explains it.
That makes
And
sense.
there was another scene where they had to feel what labor was like from her perspective, and they kind of like shocked these men. It was gross out television, kind of in the vein of MILF Manor, like early 2000s bad reality gotcha where people like kill themselves after.
We like at one
style
point
of show.
Of Labor and Love, Jay, I was just holding my hand up to Jake's chin and moving it up and down so he could talk because he was just so delirious.
I was so wasted.
Show.
Yeah.
And so we decided from now on, unless a show looks like it's just a home run, most of the time we're going to watch the first episode and at least see before we commit. Then we saw the trailers and we said, we're not going to cover this show. We're not even going to cover the first episode of the show. And then you emailed us.
And you emailed us and I went, well, we might as well just like squelch this because people were DMing us, and I'm like, now we can say we've done it with friends.
Thank you, John.
And
Yeah.
You're welcome. And the same here. I didn't even know about the show, and people started reaching out. Are you guys going to cover MILF Manor? And
I told you about the show. What are you talking about? Like, give me some credit.
I don't know.
He never gives me credit, guys.
Oh,
Welcome to my world, Teresa. Welcome.
what are you talking about? Oh,
I told you about it, and I said we should do it, or at least watch it, and then we come up with the idea of bringing you guys in, and here we are.
Yeah, there's a lot of we both have a lot of garbage troll listeners.
I mean,
who
misery
just
does love
trash.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, some of our friends are messaging us like, Kelly's so hot, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I was drunk when I said
her.
So we covered a lot on the Reality Gays feed. On part one, we talked about all the women. We introduced the moms, as we should appropriately name them.
Yes.
Should we go through the gentlemen? Should we get into
the reveal of the boys, the Knaben?
Before we get into the reveal of the young men, they get texts, right? That's how they find out, like, oh yeah,
they all have a phone.
Love Island style. Yeah. I got a text.
And my favorite thing about this is that it means there's no host. Not even Nick and Vanessa Lachey are like, we're not going to touch that with the 6-foot pole. Sorry, we're going to text you from some undisclosed location.
Joey Lawrence.
Not even Alana.
Joey Lawrence would host this show. Not even fucking Joey Lawrence.
No, or Carson Kressley. Or I'm trying to think. Who is like bottom of the barrel host wise? Oh, this has got to be. I'm trying to think who's been
Listeners
trying
are
to do.
screaming right now. They're screaming.
It'd probably be us.
Mario Lopez.
Oh, Mario Lopez! He would probably
do
host
it.
this.
He'd probably do it.
He probably
Jerry
would.
Springer. He's still in the market a little bit.
He would do it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a
Maybe.
good show.
Carrot Top. It's Carrot Top. That's it. I've made my
I
choice.
just found out Carrot Top's gay.
What?
Yes. Carrot Top is gay.
I don't think he's ever come out though.
He hasn't come, but it shows him he's all at these gay prides. He's wearing gay stuff. Like he talked about some guy looking, he gay, y'all. Carrot Top is gay.
Well, speaking of Valentine and Carlos, it's Carrot Top, not Carrot.
Who is this person? I'm sorry, guys.
It is a dated
Top
reference.
is kind of like an American Yakov Smirnoff.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Another prop comic.
I still don't know the reference.
He's like a
Gallagher
American,
almost?
like Gallagher. He has
Gallagher.
props. You don't know. He's really buff now too. He always has
Rip.
little things where his pants are low, where you can see his cum gutters.
He is like shockingly in shape.
I like it how we're gonna have to also explain what cum gutters are to Teresa right after that.
I'm so lost.
We should
Guys,
have done that on your feed.
Yeah,
Cum
well,
gutters-
we're not going to do. I'm
Cum
sorry.
gutters
I dropped
are
the
like-
C word on your show.
Like
You're
a
gonna have to
drainage
bleep it.
or like a drainage ditch where the
Okay.
jizz goes.
We
It's
don't
all no, it's all open game. It's MILF Manor.
Oh, it's milk.
Exactly. It's milk
Yes.
dinner.
So
I'll Google it.
I do love that the guys are coming on. I said this in our episode too, but I realized Shannon is going to watch this and realize when the guys walked out and every other woman's kind of standing there because y'all, these people aren't ready to be on reality TV. None of them.
No,
are. Maybe
no
two
one's
people.
ready for this.
But
Maybe
when
Kelly.
But when
Kelly.
Yeah. When
And
Shannon,
April J.
And April J.
April J.
When Shannon takes her hand and goes, I'm going to go, she's going to watch this and go, fuck.
Yeah.
I love how they were talking like, have you guys been dating during COVID? And they're like, no, because they're a high risk group. So they're all like, absolutely.
Oh
No,
my God.
we've been playing it safe. But so now this is their big chance, their big night out.
This is their big night
Well,
out.
When they go out to get their medication for their iron poor blood.
I do feel like if you're going to do this show almost would have worked if it was like 70 and 80-year-old women. Like if you're going to go do this, fucking do it.
So
Have, like-
grandsons, you're saying, not
have,
son,
like,
grandsons.
I want a GILF.
You're
That's what I
sick.
want.
Is GILF a thing or did you just
don't
make
know.
it up?
I
I
made it up.
Grandma, I'd like to fuck.
Yeah. There's a couple of grandpas I'd let,
You can
Wow.
say it, Maddie. You can say
Girl, go for it.
take me fishing.
Okay.
You can
Show you the
bobber.
Oh, tell me about the good old. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, that is not only a gross gay joke, it's making fun of a horrible country song. It's actually
That
not
is
a horrible
wonderful country
There we
song.
go. I knew that was going to come.
Don't you dare talk about Naomi Judd. She's not even cold in the grave. Sorry. I'm sorry. Y'all go. Host
So-
the show.
Sorry.
One of the women, I don't know who, gets a text. And it says, the men are ready. The men are ready to meet you. And they line up Love is Blind style behind this wall where they light up the silhouettes. And we all go, who are these guys going to be? We all know who they are now. It's their sons.
Their sons. And that's when I went.
And that's when Teresa went, it's legal.
Listen, okay, this is why I think it's like, it is bad and it's cringy, but this is why I think it's okay, right? They're not friends. They're not buddies. They're just
right.
mad. They're just mad. And it's like, imagine your son is going to EDC, raving, and meets Kelly and brings her home. It's the same thing.
It's not that
I don't know if Charlene
legal.
would agree with you.
Charlene's at Brooks and Dunn, but yes.
Yeah.
It is just the highest level of cringe, and it breaks these kind of weird moral things we have in our brains that we know. Like I think I said on our podcast, we know that's my mom. I shouldn't bang her because incest is wrong because I'll have weird babies.
Mm.
and we all have that reaction inside. So
here's what gave me pause is we know these women are into younger men, right? They've come out, they've said it.
yeah.
I didn't get the feeling that all of these young guys really wanted to date 50-year-olds.
That's a really, really good point.
I don't think they wanted to because one of them was like, oh, hell no.
That I doubt they were lured down there to date MILFs.
I mean, some said like, older women.
Very hard thing to cast.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
find moms that want younger guys and sons that want older women, and they have to be decent reality TV, and they have to be attractive because they only put
Yeah.
attractive people on
Yeah.
these. That's
And-
a lot of hoop. This is like more complicated than the casting we've talked about on Below Deck. Like
I
finding people
agree.
who are good at a job and reality.
And I think they were lacking one couple and found Charlene and her son because they were just trying to get to the La Quinta.
Yes.
Oh,
So
Charlie.
should we talk about these guys?
Yes. Okay.
Oh boy.
Take it away.
we can talk about this. Maybe Jose, hottest of the group, Pola's son.
Jose's good looking. Yeah.
He's good looking.
I agree.
He's I think he has probably one of the biggest dicks. I do think that.
definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, okay. All these moms.
John's face. I love John's face. He's like, what's my wife
Yeah.
about to talk about?
All right. All these moms are saying, oh, yeah, we want the young guys because we want some good sexy time. Can Joey even do sexy time? He looks like he's never used his penis. He's
He does.
20.
He
Like, what are you
does.
going to do? What are you going to do with them?
He just wants Totino's pizza rolls after a swim meet.
He's in the basement playing video games,
That's
and
what he wants.
Kelly calls down, "Dinner's ready," and that's the relationship.
He just went, Mom, what is this? And she's like, no purple stuff anymore. Sunny D, yeah. Purple stuff.
Speaking of Kelly and Joey, I read an article that with the two of them, and Kelly was saying it was the best experience of her life. It brought her very close to her son. They both enjoyed this. It was
very
amazing.
close. They almost banged. That's how close they almost got.
They were in
spent
the
so much
same
time
room.
together. Okay, so that's the other thing. The sons are gonna stay with the moms. So how are you supposed to bang the other moms?
It does seem to be a logistical problem. And I think one that they intended to have.
You're going to tell me there's not enough rooms in that mansion for everyone to get their own
Exactly.
bedroom?
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need to get it done, you get it done. Am I right?
And personally,
You are right.
I think it would
Fine
have
as
been.
fuck.
I think it would be way less cringy. Again, it's like some producer, that same producer, that associate producer said, "Hey, what if we have the mom's room with other moms and the son's room with other sons? That way, it'll be kind of funny if one son wants to bring the other son's mom to their bedroom. Wouldn't that be funny?" And the producer goes, "Let's put him in there where the son has to see his mom get her clitoris eaten out."
Then First of all, you don't eat out a clitoris, but that's
I don't know
lovely.
how that works, but you know what it means.
But I will say, people are like, nah, we need them in there sleeping with their moms with the off chance they see their mama's nipples. That's
Boy,
what
so
they
Freudian,
want.
it hurts.
I mean, my mother had a nip slip from her swimsuit when we were in Cancun, and my nephew still says it was one of the worst moments of his life.
My
My
parents
mother-
were nudists when I was younger.
There you go.
Yeah, I've seen my parents naked so many times.
I've seen my
Good for
mother.
you.
My mother's let her towels. She's like, "Oh, there's my boob." All
Well,
the
for
time.
some reason, parents love to wear robes, and
Yeah.
robes just happen to open.
I've seen my mother's nipples more than I'd like to, and that was way, way long after I was still sucking on them.
We have photos in a photo album from our vacation at the nude beach. So
Patreon.com.
You win.
I'm
Patreon.com.
not even. I was young. I was like 4 or 5, so I kind of have a recollection. But I remember we made friends, and they were also nude because it was a nudist beach. And yeah, I've seen my
You were
parents
very
naked.
upset when you had to come back to real life and put on your clothes. And-
Well, when I'm thinking about it as an adult, I'm like, well, that was interesting. That was an interesting vacation we did. But I mean, it's Europe. It's Europe.
Remember,
Sure.
though, the people who are nudists are never really the ones you want to see naked across the board.
Well, I also
Like-
feel like it should be okay to be a nudist.
It
I
should
think
be.
so too. I agree.
I was like friendly with a man for a while, and that was his hobby. Like, he loved to meet other nudists, and he insisted I disrobe when I come in the door. That just got weird. Look at that face. I think I went too far there. So sorry.
No, I just think like the U.S. is very. What's the word? You guys
We're
are
prudish.
prude.
We're prudish. We're prudish.
Prudish, right? You
We're
like
British.
you all know I was an au
Not
pair,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was an au pair, and so I was supposed to take this baby to a swing class. So in Czech, I didn't have a bathing suit until I was like 7. So I'm like rolling in there with the baby. She was like 1.5, and was naked, right? Naked in the pool.
Like,
And
so
I got like
what?
I got yelled at. They said that she
Yeah.
needs to have a diaper and a freaking bathing suit.
A
bathing suit
1-year-old.
Yeah, to like cover her boobs.
Yeah.
They wanted a one piece on her.
You're like,
It-
what?
I
boobs?
agree. We are too prudish. So I would be great if this show was confronting that. It's not.
It's not.
It's not. It's not. It's not. So yeah.
You-
Okay. There's.
You guys
Wait.
want to say it's weird that the mom and sons are sleeping together, but again, I feel like most of these sons are still living at home. So there's thing, right? It's not that. It's not that different.
Is this where you're still thinking they're putting the sons with the moms because the sons are going to end up
Yeah.
advising them on a new batch of guys that are going to come to the house? You were still hoping for that.
They're going to review notes in bed before they go to sleep. They're going to talk it over. Yes, I still had hope. I was
John
on
was
like
She's
page
just gonna
3.
hug him. He's so
John
cute.
was raised so wholesome.
Now, which son is literally, y'all, is it Lady J that or April J? Lady J's from G.I. Joe. I'm so gay. April J, she fucked Tommy Lee Jones, right?
That's Gabriel, right? The son
No.
Gabriel.
Is
Who's
it?
the son with the eyeliner? The rock
Yes.
star
April
son.
J. April J.
Oh,
Tommy,
the-
not Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee. Come on.
Say what?
You said Tommy Lee Jones. Like, I need to say this hen house, but about all in $55 from the fugitive.
The fugitive.
Okay,
No,
this-
go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say the 17-year-old me would probably like that guy.
No.
Oh,
I was so into punk rock and all that stuff.
Okay, you know who he looks like on this? May be dating myself, but there was a character who was I think on one of the Real World seasons, London, like Dom, and he wore the leather jacket, had that haircut. He looks like Dom from one of the Real Worlds.
Gabriel looks like the lead singer of a Green Day cover band.
Yes.
He does.
That's
Their-
why I like it.
Their relationship is funny because he is the most like, Mom, I can't believe you said that.
Mom, what are you talking about? Falling from heaven? Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Mom, where's the
Funny.
Totino's pizza rolls?
But then you realize they're gonna be fucking other guys, and it just so it's like this weird adult show, kid show, adult. Anyway, sorry, we
No.
can talk about other guys.
Guys,
There's-
did you see the previews? He's gonna be flirting with what's her mom's name?
Charlene?
Charlene. He's gonna be
course,
flirting with
Charlene.
Charlene.
Charlene needs some love.
I want
Yes.
Charlene to get hers. I want Charlene to fuck every son,
I want
every
her-
twink in that place.
Yes, I would.
Not
I want
hers.
her to have I want her to have a son threesome.
So let's talk about Charlene's son Harrison, who he
Good name.
Harrison's a meathead.
poor
There's-
Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a meathead.
He just
Yeah.
wanted to go to Cabo and fuck girls. They just got on the wrong shuttle.
I don't even know if Harrison knows what's going on yet. It's gonna
No.
take him like 2 or 3 episodes to figure it out, I think.
I mean, I did write. Poor Charlene. Her daughter died, and now she has to date these kids. I just wrote that.
No, as soon as she says, and this is for my daughter, I went, what world are we in?
Now, I will say Shannon's son Ryan is hot.
He is.
Shannon.
Shannon
Yes,
is
yes,
the
yes.
The woman
HR.
who said, I'm not a prude. and
Except-
goes, "Da-da-da-da."
Is Ryan constantly high or just high most of the time?
No, he's
He's
fucking high as shit.
He was wearing a sweatsuit with like the rolling paper brand Raw on it.
Oh, he's high as a kite. We also forgot Billy, who is Stephanie's son,
Again,
who I
we're
assume is
never gonna see
also
them.
who's also probably loves the Lord.
Billy seemed like he had something in common with Jake and I, to me.
I agree. Although
I got that vibe.
he's supposedly later on hooking up with one of the MILFs.
Well, gay men love their mothers, so analyze that.
Analyze that. Joey, we meet Joey, who we've said before has just come off a swim meet.
Yeah.
Well, that's Kelly's son, and he looks the youngest. Y'all, he does not
is
look
the
20.
youngest.
20.
Yeah.
He looks 18 at most.
Most.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, balls haven't dropped.
Yeah. And he acts it. I don't know if he's drunk or if he's just awkward, but it's so goofy. It's uncomfortable. I think he's the reason I feel so uncomfortable watching, because I'm like, this is a child.
That is where I also wrote in my notes, I feel like I'm watching underage porn. Help me. Like I just wrote out prayers to the universe as I was watching this.
Well,
We
I'm
haven't even
curious-
gotten to the place where it was really disgusting.
No.
That's
Sorry.
very true.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, I don't like. I'm curious to see if like all the guys that are gonna hook up with the moms, or if they're gonna be some who are like, oh hell no, like I'm just here. I just happen to be here, and I'm just gonna hang out, and I'm not gonna participate.
So Young's son is going to get so much pussy at this
okay?
thing.
Jimmy, who looks like he got kicked out of Menudo for banging everyone's moms.
He looks like he's on
He's
that
hot
band
too.
that's popular.
He is Poodle's type.
BTS.
There is, but there are problems there. I feel like he was raised in a boundaryless household, and it is weird. He's too free sexually.
Whoa.
It's bad.
When he's on his date, not to jump ahead, but when he's on his date,
go ahead.
just the way he's talking
Cringe.
to Paul is so uncomfortable. It's like he's trying to be the adult, and it was very
What are you
strange.
liking, guys? I want them to be able to drive me places. Yeah, it's not good.
He would with his like bravado, his painted nails. Poodle would be on that. He's
even too young for me. I would be afraid his ID was fake. Honestly, no. And I check.
You know what?
You got to check IDs.
I'd let him take me paddleboarding, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, yo. I love it that started out as a drum rim shot, but now it just sounds like fucking.
It sounds like jump humping.
Yeah, it sounds like jump humping. Joey is just flirting with April J like crazy. But
uncomfortably. Like he had zero game.
Zero game. What
video games do you like? She's like, my kids play everything.
It's like the youngest guy, and like she's the oldest woman. Like they look like the
Yeah.
biggest age
Yeah.
gap. Mm-hmm.
Blow me like you blow the Nintendo games.
Shall I ring for the maid?
He is going to be a 2-pump chump. I don't know what anybody thinks about that.
God, this fucking show.
This show, and imagine those guys like it's not gonna work out with these moms, I assume.
But
And they're gonna start dating like girls more or less their age, and then the girls see them on the show making out with these moms.
But what
Everyone's going to regret this after they do it.
the women are like when Joey does say, "That's a beautiful ring, by the way. It reminds me of your face." What does that mean, John?
Wait, he said
John,
that?
that's what he said. Straight man, John. What does that mean? What does that mean?
I missed that. It went over my head. I have no recollection.
Joey is
of
talking
that.
to, it could be that the ring is faceted like her face.
Or maybe hard.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Vintage. Either way, April J's like,
She's a
she's from LA. She's a singer. I want to go hear her sing at
Gardenia.
what's that
Little
fucking
Cap
what's that Italian restaurant everybody sings at?
Fuck, it's in the valley.
Martinelli
Vitello's.
Vitello's. Yes, I want to go hear her sing at Vitello's.
I tried to look her up and see if you could find.
till the sun shines, Nelly. Everything is like everything's written before the 30s. Like public
John
domain.
Teresa, come to Los Angeles and we'll go see her.
Let's do it. We had
We're
too much. We had
done.
too much fun last time. We got to recover.
And to be honest,
Sure.
I
We
love
cut-
April J more than any woman on the show. I love her. I just love watching her face.
She's absolutely. She's the star and Kelly's the star.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be.
And Paula.
Yeah,
Like,
and Paula.
Like, Paula, I think Paula's very pretty and she knows it.
Yeah, she is.
I think Kelly is also, she's very confident and she knows it. And I think like April J is both of those things, but she's also very mature. And like she acts on it. Like she's like, okay, like I'm above all of these. Like
Yeah. She's also trying to get the next, April J is trying to get the next, like, she's trying to get her like third act going on with a
100%.
new influencer career. Yeah.
Speaking of third act, is it time to just talk about this challenge?
So, of course,
This
there's not
is-
enough bedrooms for everyone. So we have to. There has to be a competition to see like who gets the good rooms, who gets the bad rooms. And yes,
So
Poodle, take it away.
this was written by the devil. Like I said before, there's this ad person said, "So Satan, I got an idea for this. The next time this show about MILFs, and it's going to be their sons, and it's kind of incesty, but it's low key." And Satan's like, "I don't know, Bob. It sounds a little rough for me." He's like, "It's in January on TLC." He's like, "Fuck it, fine." But even then, they go. So the challenge is the MILFs have to feel which ones are their sons, like feel them up really good.
They're blindfolded.
and touch their bodies.
Yes, they
to
have to
figure out
blind
which
on them.
one is their sons, because it's not, the incest vibes aren't strong enough yet.
Right.
It's not pin the tail on the donkey. It's feel up your own son.
yeah. How would you know what your own son feels like if he's an adult? Like I understand if you touch your baby a lot because it's a baby.
Well, you can look at somebody and know their body type. We don't.
They all are kind of ripped. Like they're all like, slim.
The further we go
I mean,
into
my
this,
Aunt Peggy says that my Uncle Andy didn't get off the teat till he was 8 years old. So
that
he was
Michael?
still breastfeeding. It's true.
the farther we go into this discussion, y'all, I just want to say, because you just kind of know your family, and the weirdest thing is that's why so many get it. And the ones who don't get it are the ones who are so fucking horned up, they can't even see their sons, and they're like, "Put it in me, 20-year-old."
This was
been
the
there.
moment. If you read the comments or the messages we get, like this was the moment for a lot of people where they went, "I'm out."
This was peace out. This was peace out for me if I hadn't had to be here with you people.
And again, I apologize.
It was horrible. And now I have to say, I think I'm going to Sheryl Sandberg this shit and lean in.
You have to.
Yeah.
I feel like I might have to watch it on fast forward and just see or read recaps.
I'm watching every episode.
Me too. And okay, I think
You
this
can text
challenge.
me about it, Teresa.
I will, because I'm gonna be watching. But I think this challenge wasn't fair because I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. But if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be, it wouldn't fly.
If the
You're
show was
you're
the other
totally
way
right.
around, if the show was the other way around, it wouldn't fly.
That's true. It wouldn't fly.
What do you mean if the show was?
if it was 60-year-old guys
Old,
dating
gross-
20-year-old
Oh
girls.
yeah, that wouldn't fly. Like everyone would be like, "Oh hell
also,
no!"
that's not novel because that's what just happens in life.
That's reality. Yeah.
That's actual reality,
Right.
not a construct reality.
And
I
that's
just
what
got-
they said at the top
I
of the
just
show.
got
was like,
real sad.
welcome,
Sorry.
welcome to the world. So Kelly, she fucks it. Disco mommy's in the house. Did you see when Kelly walks up there, Charlene's face was just looking at the other women like, does someone have a gun? Does someone have a gun? Like she looks so uncomfortable.
She's basically like, "God, I've taken all my Xanax already."
She's like, I just want to go meet my daughter. Someone, please.
Doesn't it make you wish they went further in the casting though to get like a real mom, like just such an oddball, like an outlier.
no,
like
this is-
Charlene's a little out, but like
I I am with her. I am like every time she's on screen, like I go into hyper empathy mode because she is just unlike anybody else. And you're just watching going, I'm in distress for her.
Right. Is this punked for Charlene?
It's another reason why the show is so fucked up because y'all, Charlene, as I said before, I don't think this was her plan.
I don't think it was her plan at all.
No.
And let me ask you guys, okay. Who do you think this show is gonna fly or is it gonna get canceled?
Zero chance there's a second season.
It's gonna play. It's gonna play, but I do think it's a zero because no one wants to talk. Like for instance, I do like little segments on the ABC affiliate in Portland, and y'all, this is Portland, probably one of, if not the most liberal cities in America.
Yeah.
And so they wanted to do a segment of pitching the new reality shows. And so like we talked about Bachelor, we talked about Darcey and Stacey, we talked about Unorthodox. And they said, right before we went on, they said, by the way, can't talk about MILF Manor. We got to cut that show.
Not
and
even in Portland where the dancers are nude.
Yes, where nudity is very. So I think no, because it's just how I mean, like when Shannon looks at all the women and says, who's ready for a checkup? Because it's the doctor's in the office.
Now we're just mixing porn genres, and I'm
now we're just. And then Shannon goes, "What? We both grown. We grown."
Shannon's had a lot of daiquiris. There is not like in the Bachelorette or Bachelor. There's no 2-drink maximum here. They are pumping these people full of alcohol.
Oh,
they have to. They have to.
Poor Joey just looks flushed. I mean, Mrs. Robinson. I mean, Soo Young.
So Young was so into this challenge.
This was disgusting.
This was bad. I agree. This was bad.
She picks Joey, and Joey's like, "Nah, I'm your son." He's like, "I'm your son. I'm your son." And then he picks her up, and I went, "Is he just going to take her into a room and just fucking bump hump her or bed hump?"
I think he thought, I think he thought it was like another like Boy Scout training thing. It was weird
because then they're all vying for 2 of them can get suites, and they're all excited because the suites have a hot tub. They're like, "Ooh, it's a hot tub," and I'm like,
"That you share with your
mother,
son,
with your mother."
Yeah.
I don't have. I think we can move in where we're talking about where basically Kelly is basically taking Ryan to her room.
Yes.
And her son has to say, I don't want you to fuck this guy in front of me.
Yeah. I have to sleep here too, Mom.
Whereas Ryan is saying Kelly's energy is tie hot. And I went, what's that mean? And then I went, you know what? That's a pretty fucking smart. Is that a metaphor? Yeah, metaphor, not allegory. Pretty smart metaphor in that typhoid is very hot. It's very hot.
But poor Joey is like, I don't want to see you grinding on someone who's only a couple years older than me.
I'm pretty sure Ryan said, is she trying to get the first night stroke?
He did say that.
He did say that. Do you know what stroke means, Teresa?
I do.
Okay. I didn't know.
Can we talk about...
I've dated a lot of men, shall we say, of color who use the word stroke a lot.
Stroked? Yes.
Yes.
Wait. Like stroke, like a heart attack?
No.
Oh, no, darling.
No. You know that song, We Going Stroking. I stroke it
That's what I've been doing. Stroking to the east and I'm stroking to the west.
It's fucking. You're stroking. Each time that's a stroke.
Okay.
Like stroke 1, stroke 2, stroke 3.
Yeah, like so that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think she gets it by now.
Stroke.
Nothing on the bed.
I was just gonna say. Of course, I know what it is. Like my aunt just had a stroke.
She's
my
like,
aunt. I told you she cannot move half of her body.
Different.
It's slightly different.
I know now.
It's like crew team. Stroke.
I was like thinking, I've been here for 12 years, guys. Like, are you serious? And well,
So we move on from partial paralysis to Jimmy being into Pola. And
If
we
you
talked
think it's
about
gonna get
that-
better, it's not.
no. We talked about that
so
date a
young
little bit.
son. Yes.
And she's like, "Can I bring you a martini?" And they go on paddleboarding date. We've said that it's one of the cringiest fucking things I've ever seen. And
It
I've been on
was.
a lot of bad dates.
Yeah.
When he
But-
said he wanted to suck the acrylic off her toes,
Y'all, this is a house they grew up without boundaries.
I said, I think this is the show. I think this is the
I
show.
think this is a show. I don't know why, but I always seem, I'm not into feet, but I end up dating guys who are into my feet. So I've had some guys say some pretty nasty stuff they want to do to my feet.
You get a lot of freaks.
And even when he said that, I went, ugh.
yeah. And then like she treats him like a child when they do those yoga poses, but he's on top.
I did this with my son.
She says that. She makes
says
sure
that.
to say
Oh,
that.
she said that. Oh my gosh.
She's like, I used to do this pose with my son. It's so fun.
Right after I changed him.
Like, I do feel like by like episode 6 or 8, whenever the last, you're just going to see like one of the kids walking around in an adult diaper and a bonnet and she's just babying him. Like, that's where we're going.
No, it's gonna go full Greek myth. I'm telling you. This is not a good era for television. That
They're going to be in the same room. They're going to get drunk. One of the moms is going to crawl into bed. The other son's drunk. Then they don't realize it. And they wake up the next morning. It's like an 80s rom-com where they're holding the sheets going, ah! But they accidentally just fucked their mom.
We saw
well.
previews where they were hooking up, right? Like there was
Kelly
definitely-
hooking up with
they're hooking
everyone.
up.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're hooking up. It's I leave it
God,
towards lots and lots of alcohol. Y'all, I guarantee you it is like it's like prohibition was lifted on this resort wherever they are.
I hate
It's
myself
nuts.
that I'm going to watch this, but
I don't think I can. I'm going to need you to tell me.
Because that's it. You do want to know, though.
I do want to know, but I got so sick when the moms started basically massaging the sons.
Maybe
That was bad.
where you do Poodle's Broadway Corner on our cringe tier, I'll just do I'll do like a MILF Manor minute.
I'm gonna peace out, so because I don't want to need to know.
I mean, the beautiful thing is the moms are empowered in a way. Like they're way more into this than the sons are. I think the sons are the ones that are a little more hesitant.
Yes.
For now, I think
now.
imagine or remember when you were 20. I'm sure you all just wanted to bang someone, right?
Yeah.
That's what young guys do. And
That's
so
why
now
I banked my
you
TA.
and there you have these women there who want to do the same thing, and you have free booze. Get out of
However,
here.
my TA was 27 and I was 18. So
That's illegal too.
everything is about legal. I love it. God bless.
That's what it comes down to for me. Is it legal?
That's why, y'all, 10 years from now, we're covering a real fucked up show produced by Teresa. And it's just, the show's going to be called, Hey,
It's Legal.
It's legal.
I'd watch that show. There is a little bit at the end where Kelly is kind of what I can only describe as kind of trying to intimidate fuck Jose.
Yes.
Like almost trying to seduce him by force.
And Joey's like, oh, gosh, Mom, you know accents are her weakness. Gosh. Oh, man, this happened with my soccer coach.
Oh, you're not going to be able to
Shucks.
pick me up off of practice.
Yeah, and Paula is not loving this.
No.
No.
Paula is like, this is
No.
not, Kelly's not his type. He goes for nice, quiet girls.
And that's when I
okay.
knew this is going to be the whole season.
And
Unfortunately.
that's the fucked up part about it. If you want to look at this as a real show about trying to find love, it's how can you truly find love if you're worried about your son banging a 60-year-old? There's too many
Is she
distractions.
prettier than me? Do you want to
Right.
bang her because she's prettier than your mama?
Right.
that why?
So enough with we're just trying to find love. It's like, no, you're throwing too many obstacles and distractions in the way of these people if you actually want them to find love.
This is all about making us squirm and making us wish we hadn't eaten dinner right before we watched it.
Mission accomplished.
I know.
But they had to do something different. Like if it was just a show of like older women dating younger guys.
Teresa loves this show for some reason.
Okay,
You know what, though?
This is how things
She's
work,
right.
right?
She's
This
right.
is
They
how
had to
things
amp
works.
up the ante.
Like if you watch Shark Tank, right? All the shit on Shark Tank, and I'm gonna quote John on this, but all the shit on Shark Tank exists. But there was these people have the extra idea how you make it better. Like you take something that exists and you make it better. You add something on top of that. And I'm sure there was a show of like older women, younger men, but how do you make it better? You make them your sons.
Yeah. And the devil signed off on it.
Again,
Damp.
10 years from now, we're going to be watching Hey, It's Legal. And that monologue she just gave is going to play as the world just disintegrates.
Well,
Watching the world burn.
And she's going to be there, like, what's her name? The Theranos lady in a blonde bob and red lipstick and said, I
just counting their money.
I just needed to up the ante.
Does she not look like Holmes right now with the turtleneck?
She's a little blonde Theranos right now.
Yep.
thanks, guys. Thanks.
It's a backhanded compliment.
It's more of a voice like this. Thanks.
I love. By the way, I love turtlenecks. It's my comfort outfit. It gives me confidence.
Love that.
I
I
love
also
that.
have a very small head, and the turtleneck makes it look bigger.
It's filled with knowledge, though, Teresa.
It's like
A lot
it's
of
like
knowledge.
a penis exploding out of a little bit of an uncircumcised.
I like
place.
to think of that more as a lollipop, but sure, I'll go with
You
penis.
know
Yeah,
what? That's probably better
That's
for
probably
you.
better.
Yeah. Do you guys have any more thoughts? I
think
just
that's it.
the last thing I wrote was, oh well. That's the last note I have. Oh well. I don't know what that means. I guess that's science by world.
Your photo and Maddie's video, I think, said it all. Just the absolute. What the
I
fuck?
mean,
What
I
the
really did.
fuck?
I did stop this as I watched it. I really did scream. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. Jake has the voice text for me of me screaming, no.
No. Yeah.
No.
That was-
I would stop. I had to walk around my room. When they started touching the abs, I actually had to stop, had to walk around. I went to the sink and like got a glass of water like I had just worked out and kind of just breathed for a little bit.
It was for me, it was the zooming in when Soo Young kept kind of pounding her crotch against the men.
Yep.
Boys.
Yep. When she dropped to her knees. Yeah. All of that.
Yeah, all that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what's
Can't
gonna
wait for
happen
next week. Can't wait for next week.
It's on after 90 Day Fiance, right? Is it
Yeah,
Sunday night?
it's a good night for them. It's a good night. It's a good night when you're like, I've had it with them. I'm glad I've watched enough relationships that may be on the rocks. Let's see some really fucked up ones.
You know what? I will say, I would rather watch MILF Manor than another episode of Happily Ever After.
Agree with you.
It's like Jenny and Summit on steroids. It's like a lot of Jenny and Summits.
I don't need 4 parts of a tell-all, but at least I didn't get sick to my stomach watching HEA.
That's true.
What did you guys think about the format? We were talking that we actually liked some of the scenes with the cast talking to each other because
Yeah.
I even said maybe this idea of Sean Robinson asking questions and the guests kind of or like the cast kind of evading answers, maybe that's not where it is anymore.
I
I loved it.
I think
Me
it
too.
was great. I think as always, they went too far and they tried to fluff it up too much. It's like it didn't need to be 4 parts. It could have still been 2 parts, and you could have taken away the fake Andre and Jovi stuff and taken away the dumb questions on set. And it's like still make it a 2-parter, but incorporate that stuff. But it made it fresh. It felt.
I think they
interesting.
needed to do like if they even did 3. First part is the normal kind of beginning of the tell-all, Episode 2 is them going out that night and talking about everything, and then episode 3 is a tell-all where we end it.
I think you're right.
I like that it's 4 parts.
No.
I'm enjoying it.
Again,
I hate all those fuckers.
again,
It's like a Bon
Teresa
Jovi
doesn't care
tour.
because it's fucking legal, everyone.
Yeah, but honestly, like I'm done with all this, the cancel culture and canceling people. It's like you do you, like you watch who you want to watch, right? But enough with Big Ed. Like enough.
Yeah,
He needs to like leave the TV screens because I can't take it.
Yeah. I think he really stepped in his own shit this time. I'm speaking that into the universe. Hopefully I can speak it into existence. I think I think I said this on our podcast. You saw the mask slip from his face for the first time. That was so gratuitous. And we've seen it happen before, but nothing where he hasn't been able to grab it back and like stick it on his face. And now he just revealed himself to be like a horrible, horrible troll, like Rumpelstiltskin underneath.
Horrible.
He'll be on DILF Manor with his daughter next season.
You know what?
There we
He would
go.
fucking do that. That piece
He
of
would do
shit.
anything.
Oh, he would do anything.
And it's no, like we didn't cover them on the pod. We were kind of like over it, and a lot of our friends
We didn't cover them. We didn't cover them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, I cannot get pissed every single time we podcast, but we kind of like mentioned it while we're talking about the towel because he is involved with all these conversations with everyone.
He talked about him a lot.
Yeah,
That's the worst part. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank y'all for having us.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
This was
same.
ironically fun.
Thank
No,
you
it
guys.
wasn't.
Don't know how.
I'm glad it was us involving y'all because I don't know if I could have done it and not just had a really sad philosophical discussion otherwise.
I do know if people want. I do know. I think Pink Shade did an episode of this, the first episode on their page. Basically, all the podcasters are like, "Yeah, I did one, and that's all we can do."
Kim and Kyle from Cray Cray apologized to their audience.
Are they covering the whole thing?
No, I think they're only covering one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could just do it with John. I don't think it would be this much fun. It would
That'd be
just be
interesting.
like
I'm excited. If you want more, I'm telling people now. I am going to watch this, and I will give you the MILF Manor minute.
I'll see you in hell.
I'll tune in. Tell everyone where they can find you guys.
They can find us at realitygaze.com. That's our website. It's not porn anymore.
Not porn anymore.
You can find us on Instagram at realitygazepodcast.com. Also
Not .com.
But what I said, Reality Gaze. Oh yeah, Reality Gaze podcast. Yeah, that's it.
Reality Gaze Pod on Twitter and Reality Gaze on the TikTok. All the kids are doing the TikTok, y'all. You got to do the TikTok.
The TikTok. You don't
That's where
stop.
I learned about jump humping.
I'll do the TikTok when you go catch a walleye.
There you go. Thank y'all again for having us.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are the best.
you.
yeah, thank you guys. This was fun.
All right.
Until next time.
Bye.